We are back with the new lab-grown chicken that was just approved for sale in the U.S.
Well, tell us the difference between a plant-based diet versus, or a plant-based protein versus an animal protein.
This plant-based meat is not only amazingly delicious, but it's also better for you and better.
In cultivated meat startups, we're talking about Mosa Meat and Aleph Farms. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's also going to be joining the...
The future of protein looks crazy. Let me take you in a journey to discover it.
Mr. Anchulo. Oh, what a good hair. I miss that.
I think it's funny, they have, this is like, we call this kikos in Spain. One moment.
It's a bit beautiful, eh? It's a beautiful day. Outside.
Shaq and I have been invited with Tomorrow's Bites to assist as media partners to the future of protein production in Amsterdam. And we're gonna go there and gonna see what is the future of the protein. Let's go.
And I'm there as well. Hello.
We are here in the floor one. This is full. Let's get some interviews. Hi. Hi. I'm Andres from Tomorrow's Bites. We're doing here some interviews to the people around, and I actually wanted to ask you, what is Maya? What are you representing in here?
Excellent. Well, nice to meet you, Andres. My name is Gavin Schneider. Maya is a mushroom and mycelium ingredient provider for food manufacturers. So we've got a couple of different products, a dried mushroom textured protein line, which comes in 4 different particle sizes. We do a mushroom-based powder, and then we also do a fresh and pressed mycelium ingredient. So ultimately what we're all about is improving taste and texture for plant-based products. We're a Canadian-based company, and we're using a biomass fermentation process.
What is the problem that you would say you're solving?
Taste and texture, absolutely. Challenges with alternative protein products to date have been a lack of consumer uptake, especially in North America, because the products don't taste good and the texture is mushy. So what we're really providing is that foundational food ingredient for people to innovate at scale. So, at the core of what we're trying to do is provide a more efficient and more sustainable production process. And what we're doing is different from others here in this space, where a lot of people in the mycoprotein space are using a mold species. We're using an actual edible gourmet mushroom species for our fermentation.
Do you believe also that microprotein is much more the way to go than on, for example, plant-based protein? Or
absolutely. Specifically, the mushroom protein, I believe, is the best solution that we have for the production process. It's the best solution that we have for the customers in meeting their expectation of taste and texture, but it's also the most economic process as well. What we focused on right from the beginning is how do we make sure that that process is efficient and affordable? As an agriculture company, that is our core focus, is making sure that that cost of production is down there.
Okay. What do you want with this?
So this is our nourishment bar, which is a teriyaki flavor, which is made with our mushroom protein ingredients. We've done this to demonstrate the way that mushrooms improve the savory and umami flavors of any food products, and we want people to think beyond just your alternative meats. So we're looking for a consumer product company that wants to launch this product, because there's nothing like this on the market.
Please launch it. I already finished mine. I want more. Hi, Mohammed.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. So we come from Tomorrow's Bites, and we're like looking around a little and want to hear like what the people wants to do for the future of the protein. So what do you do, Mohammed?
Well, hi, I'm Mohammed, CEO of Pride Biotech. We are based in the UK in Manchester. And we have a very innovative technology that allows us to modify tobacco plants to make high value proteins.
Oh wow, that's a good use of tobacco after all. That
Yes,
is great.
exactly.
So what's your mission with this?
So we want to address global challenges. Sustainability is at the core of Bright Biotech. So we were looking to match our technology with the most pressing challenges, and animal agriculture is one that has a lot of bad impact on our environment and on climate change. The whole aim of cultivated meat is to provide an alternative to growing animals in intensive farms. This is how we found that our technology could provide them with the enough quantity and the right price tag of growth factors to scale up their technology.
And what is the biggest accomplishment you have reached so far with Bright Biotech?
Obviously, I would say the technology by itself is an accomplishment. So we've
Is it
advanced
patented?
it.
It's nice.
So we're now applying for a patent. The advantage of using chloroplast is that it's a very high yielding system.
Yeah.
We're getting up to 5 grams per kilograms of fresh leaves, which is quite high, especially for a protein like a growth factor. The competing systems, they produce only up to 100 milligrams.
What is a big challenge you're facing shortly?
We need to start growing our production capacity. At this point, we're producing 100 milligrams per gram quantities in our lab scale facility. We need to scale this up once we establish ourselves in the market. And for that, we need to enhance our downstream processing to be able to process the large amount of leaf material that we would be harvesting from our farming systems.
So now we are here with
Yun Chen Huang. I'm the CEO of Everything But. We do cultivated chicken for pet food.
Okay, Junjun.
Yeah.
What is the solvent that Everything But is solving?
We are trying to solve in Everything But is allergenicity. About 15% of dogs are allergic to chicken, and 60% of dogs and cats are overweight or obese, and that's causing them to shorten their lifespan to 2.5 years in average.
What is your biggest accomplishment so far?
So we're developing the chicken cell line, and while we're developing it, and there's a certain trait that we need to make this cell line to be, and that's usually takes like a year or two for other companies. We got lucky on that part, and we make it immortalized so that they could double indefinitely. Without doing genetic modification. Another part is growing them in suspension in 3D.
A lot of people does not seem to believe. What do you believe? Do you think that it could be reachable, the future where it's scalable, affordable?
The way people think cultivated meat is we're alternated protein. We're going to replace the conventional meat. I don't believe that. What I believe is conventional meat will be luxury goods in the future, because grain price is going up, and then labor cost is going up, and we are at the max of the meat production. Making 1 kilogram of beef requires 25 kilograms of grains. So we are directly competing with animal we are eating on food.
So here we are with
Antonio. I'm principal at Inverready. Inverready is an investment firm based in Spain. We actually have very different investment verticals and very different instruments to invest in different kind of companies, including IT, life science, private equity, venture debt, and I'm here representing the life science vertical or life science instrument to invest in different companies.
Does Inverready have any particular mission to what they would like to, like the kind of companies that are in the portfolio, or is just eclectic?
So, as I said, we are clearly differentiated in the verticals. For instance, in our vertical, which is the life science one, we want to invest in therapeutics, trying to develop the drugs of the tomorrow, and invest in manufacturing capacities for other food, ingredients, and other areas that could be of interest at the very end for the people.
What is the first thing you evaluate when you're evaluating a company in order to assess if it's worthy or not?
Wow, that's good. Probably the team is the first point. I mean, if you are facing a very good team, it's easier to make business or to make the investment, because at the very end you feel they have the exact expertise. So this is good. And probably the second one is technology. linked to the market needs. If you have a great technology that can fulfill the current or some clear market needs, if you have this kind of combo, you have a lot of things there.
No, that's great. And what is the most common mistake that you see in companies that approach to?
Wow, a lot of mistakes. Probably one is the equity story, the way in the companies get the funding. Probably it's sometimes hard in order to define the business in the future. And the second one, I think many entrepreneurs are in love of their projects, which is good, but all projects have its bad and good parts.
Yeah.
And if you are in love, probably you are not saying the bad part.
Do you invest like pre-seed, seeds, Series
So
A?
in our vertical, with our funds in life science, we invest typically in seed and Series A. Mainly we invest in develop new technology, but we have other investment verticals and other instruments that could invest later on.
Andrea.
Andres.
Can you introduce yourself like a little, like who are you and what do you do?
Okay, Andrea Lisiaga, and I'm a professor in food science at the Purdue University in Indiana, and I work with alternative proteins, primarily edible insects, chia seeds, canary seeds, and all types of proteins that are non-conventionals.
What do you believe your research is important for the food industry and for the world?
I think it's important in two ways. One is I like to do research that I can see hopefully where it's going, right? That some applications of it. As we've heard in today's forum, we need to look for sustainable resources. We need to grow our food by 50% more, our agricultural land, in order to have enough protein to feed the world in the next 30, 40 years. So this alternative, more sustainable protein sources is an option, and they can produce equal to or even higher quality protein than conventional animal resources. But also the health benefits. What other benefits do they have to humans? So that's where the health aspect comes. So in my lab, we've been able to research the effects they would have in physiological functions in the body towards inhibiting the enzymes that can trigger eventually hypertension or type 2 diabetes, for example.
What are the challenges of researchers like you in this space?
My main challenge is that I study at lab scale, right? So if we want to upscale this to an industrial level, then we need big bioreactors, big conditions, right? And that I'm unable to test in my lab. So the upscaling, I think it's the big challenge.
Do you think that
What is this?
this is canned tuna actually? Okay. They are just trying to fake it, but I don't believe it.
Hungry?
Well, we don't cook it very well. Salmon, I mean.
Here's almost no salt right now, but on purpose, kind of, so that you can salt it as you like. Also the Nutri-Score, actually.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yes. And here it's really cool when you rub it a little bit, like it separates in these layers that you have here. Now it's a bit crunchy. But this is something that you just don't get. This is the main texture component that you apply it really in a structure.
And this is
you do not
fish, right?
Sorry?
But you're trying to sell us plant-based salmon. No. The plant-based lobby is trying to push for this.
How was it?
Well, it's been really interesting. We have met a lot of people, shared a lot of knowledge, really important, starting collaborations. So we keep doing the work. Thanks, Future Food Protein, for inviting. Next time.
Wait. What is the key takeaway?
The key takeaway is that we need more knowledge flow to build ecosystems in the food industry. That is the only way that we can rise up all together. Otherwise, we keep the same.
Thanks a lot, Andres.
Thanks to you, Jaco.
Andres is lazy. Andres, man. This is not normal.
I have received a message. I have to tell you.
Oh.